Hi, and welcome back to my second video in this week's Year in Review series, where I'm sharing with you 4 key financial performance indicators to help you to gauge how you've done over the past year and what you need to shoot for in 2024 to do even better. So the first key financial performance indicator that I'm going to share with you today is income. Income is what we all need in order to live, but even more than that, income is your most powerful wealth building tool. From it is the money that you use to put into investments, to put into savings, to buy assets. All of these things, your home, rent, all of these things that you need to live in this world, you need income for. Now, a simple way of looking at this would be, well, how much were you making at the beginning of 2023, and have you seen any increases? A second simple way of layering on top of that is, okay, now in addition to that, are you living paycheck to paycheck? Is it covering your basic day-to-day living expenses? Okay, and then another layer you can put on top of that is it allowing you margin to pay down debt, save, invest, take a vacation, buy some other nice luxuries in life? I'm not talking about crazy luxuries. I'm just talking about little luxuries, like maybe you see a dress you want or some shoes you want. Maybe you see some, I don't know, if you're a dude, maybe you want to buy an Xbox, some games, things like that, a TV. Who knows? But I want to dig a little deeper on this income one because it's so important. And the reference material I'm using for this is MIT's Living Wage Calculator. And I found this thing, it is a thing of beauty. Let me tell you, it will allow you to go put in wherever you live in the country and find out what your living wage needs are. You can find it at livingwage.mit.edu. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, I want to talk to you about living wages and what that means for some place like New York. All right, that's where I live. So whenever I see these other wages, they just don't even seem real to me. Because if you're living in a metro area where the cost of living is higher, you need to be upping what those standards are. So, in New York, and I just want to go over this with you real quick, your required annual income before taxes to have a living wage, this is not with the extras. If you're single, no children, $53,342 a year. If you're single with one child, $93,426. 2 children, $118,999. Now we're getting into the 6 figures. 3 children, $156,899. Now, we move over to 2 adults with only 1 working. The numbers change a bit because now you got 1 person home with childcare, and they're putting your child care expenses at $35,000 for 3 children, whereas if there's an adult home taking care of it, you see zeros across the line on this. Really interesting. You really need to go check this out. Now, when you go to 2 adults working, child care jumps back up again. So if you're 2 adults working in the home, you're married, you got no kids, you need to both be bringing home $72,630. That's gross. But if you have 3 children, combined you need to be making $156,330. Now, this is just living wage. And okay, I can get along with that. But generally there's going to be other things in there that most people have. That's debt repayment, student loans, car loans, car insurance, things like that, that I don't think they're really calculating properly in here, because a lot of people are paying for stuff that isn't in this mix here. And remember, this is just a living wage. So the bottom line is, how are you doing in this area? Are you meeting these minimum living wage key performance indicators here when it comes to income? Remember what I said about living paycheck to paycheck, being able to put money aside with margin, and these numbers that I mentioned here. How are you doing? Were you doing badly at the beginning of the year? Are you doing better now or worse now? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to rate yourself in these areas. If you're doing badly or just getting by, give yourself a 0 on this. If you're treading water on this with a little bit more to go, all your bills are current, then give yourself 5 points. If all your bills are current and you're putting aside savings, investment for retirement, and you have a little extra to splurge on some things like going out to eat or things like that, without relying on credit, then give yourself a 10. So keep that score in mind, because tomorrow we're going to move on to the next key performance indicator, and you're going to be able to rate yourself in that area too. That's it for today. Have a great day. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Bye now.